And are we live? Are we live? Are we live? I think we are. All right, welcome back to Grid Gym, guys. We have Rachael. Rachael couldn't be here on Tuesday, so she's here today on Thursday, which is pretty cool. We're coming to you to talk about your health, your exercise, your health, your wealth, your relationships, and your time. That's what the Consecrated is about. Okay. So that's what my book is about. Where is that thing? There it is. 300 pages of editing that I'm still working on. But no, this show's about getting clear with your health so that you can go live the life that you want to live, the way that you want to live it. And without your health, you don't get to do those things. And if you have a relationship, and it's not just you, which most of us do. Most of us have friends. We have a spouse. We have something in our lives. How do you get each other on the same page so that you're going for the same things? Because it matters when it comes to nutrition. It matters when it comes to finances. It matters when it comes to a lot of different things. Workouts. If you have somebody nagging on you, why are you ever home? Why are you going to the gym?
But there's also some things that you're not on the same page with. Yeah.
So how do you get the same page about the health thing is what, like, why I want us to be on the show together so that we can talk about topics that people like to bitch about, which one that we're going to go over today is one that is in the news a lot. It's a very interesting topic. I don't totally understand why it's all of a sudden blown up when it's been around for a long time, but Rachael and I, part of the reason we're doing this one is because we don't see eye to eye on this. So hopefully by the end of this, you guys can see how a decent way to make it.
It's not that we don't see eye to eye on it. It's just like you don't have to completely agree with the entire topic.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. So we're clear. Like, I'm not saying yes or no, but yeah, go ahead.
You're playing Switzerland?
Yeah. Basically.
Playing Switzerland. So we're going to go through this. We're going to talk about different points that we both have on each side of the thing and why players, what's the deal with the whole players taking a knee. And I find it really interesting because you haven't really heard of this much until recently. Until recently, you haven't heard about this much. Colin Kapernick started taking a knee 2 seasons ago and sitting out the national anthem, sitting out the Star Spangled Banner. And all of a sudden now, one tweet goes out by one guy, and the media jumps on this thing and turns it into, I don't know. Like she said before the show, don't make this political. And I was like, well, it's kind of a political topic, but at the same time, I'm kind of playing Switzerland because I don't think it's a political topic. I think it's a media thing. I think it's the media blowing it up over some bullshit that one guy said and to make it look like to make him look evil, or to make the players look evil, and to start up all this cheap drama so that you'll watch more TV. That's my first standpoint. What do you think it is? I have a lot of different perspectives on this topic, by the way. Stick around, you guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to look at it, but
what are the ones you're hearing? You're hearing the veterans thing, disrespect to the veterans.
Yeah.
What else?
You're hearing it's their right to protest.
Their right to protest. Okay. What else?
You're hearing about they should be fired because
the one tweet that went out
because it's their job.
Some guy acting like a 12-year-old girl. Yeah. With honor. Wow, that's not. I should probably leave that out, but whatever. It's said now.
I think it kind of just comes down to people are going to view it how they want to view it, and if they're going to take offense to it, then I mean, clearly not all those people are trying to offend everyone.
Are you saying that some people were going to take offense to it regardless of whatever was said? Like, no matter what, they were looking for something to be offended by?
No matter what it is, it just so happens to be during that time period. Everybody's watching, and then they decided this is when I'm going to take a knee, and everybody's going to see this is what I'm standing for.
You mean the players are trying to make a statement?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Trying to bring awareness.
I think so too. I think, like, from the player's standpoint, because there's the player's standpoint, there's the tweet thing, there's the media thing, there's the political side. I think from the player's standpoint, like, my perspective of what the players are trying to do is they know that they're trying to make a statement. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to use their voice. They have a platform, but they don't know how to use their voice, and they don't know what to say, and they don't know what's wrong, but they think something is wrong, and so they're making a statement somehow, and this is how they're going to do it. This is how they're chosen to do it.
How much attention just one person got for taking a knee during that time period.
I think that's an issue. That goes to the
media. That started like a I know exactly, but like you're going to point out that one person that's kneeling out of everybody else, like, and you're going to wonder why.
Sure.
A lot of people were just saying that it was in protest of blah, 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 whatever it was he was protesting. But he did get a lot of...
I don't know if he's even made a statement as to what he is protesting. He did get
a lot of attention for it, and that's what he wanted. Not because he's seeking attention. He just wanted to bring light to an issue that he felt very
Has he made a statement about what it is that he'd like to see? I don't think he has.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter in my eyes.
Yeah, I think...
I don't even need to read something like that. But, like, if he wants to do that, then fine.
I think so, too. Like, for me, this is an extremely peaceful protest. And in the United States of America, you have the freedom to protest.
Yeah, I could go in
to a degree, obviously, but this is a very peaceful protest. So, like, I don't have a problem with people protesting. If you want to go down to one knee and that's your protest, that's a way to do it. If you're beating the hell out of somebody in protest, then to me, now you've gone too far. Like, that's not protest anymore. That's violence. That's bad stuff. But to me, like, I look at it like, but I think they are trying to make a statement.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a political thing.
There's enough of them bringing attention to it
wrong.
That it's what
I said. I don't know if it's a political thing in terms of the media giving it attention, because Colin Kaepernick has been doing this for multiple seasons now, and it happened to be, and it's kind of become a thing. And then Trump puts out this one tweet about how they should be fired and creates all this cheap drama around it. Well, he didn't create it. The media took off with that, created all this cheap drama. So everybody's all mad at these players, or they're mad at Trump. And I'm like, man, I think people are pointing the finger in the wrong direction. Like, if you want to point the finger at somebody who's stirring up cheap drama, the media is stirring up cheap drama, making it look like all the players are taking a knee, or none of the players are taking a knee. Or I think you're just getting a false view of what. Yeah, I think you're getting a false view because the media. I think the media plays both ways.
It's their job.
I disagree with the whole media thing. I'm not saying Fox is wrong. I'm not saying CNN is wrong. I'm saying they're all wrong. I think they're all bullshit.
Okay.
So that's why I say it's not a media. That's not a political thing.
Whether it's a media thing or not, Trump knows that. He knows he's going to get attention for it.
Well, yeah, that guy is. Say what you want about Trump.
Whatever he says,
the guy knows how to get attention.
Over and over and over and over again.
He knows how to get attention. That's for 100% positive. He knows how to get attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For as much as he
hates
on the media,
I hate on the media pretty hard too.
Them he's a manipulator into, like, he's used it to his advantage.
Yeah.
Like, they basically were the ones that got him elected.
Yeah.
Because what you always say about him.
I said, like, he plays the system so damn well. He's on some level, I have to be like, dude, like you're kind of a genius. Like, you played the whole thing. You pulled it off. Like,
yeah, that's what
I don't know. Like a virtual, like, how'd you do that? I want to know, how did you do that?
He used the media.
How did you get that much attention? Because if somebody could get behind someone that's got like I have this huge intrinsic thing to help people with this huge conviction to help people with their health. If I could get that amount of attention, what would happen?
Kind of take a knee, I guess.
Take a knee. But yeah, the taking a knee thing. What about the veteran thing? You hear a lot about the veteran thing with what you do. People are really hitting that one hard.
I think, obviously, the people that are kneeling are not trying to disrespect anybody. Like, it's just a matter of them doing.
So you don't think that it's disrespectful to the veterans?
I'm not saying it's not disrespectful, but lost limbs. It can be taken as disrespect, but I don't think that's their intention.
Yeah.
They're not intending to, like, kind of do this against anyone. They're trying to, it's like you wear one of those pink things for breast cancer.
The ribbons.
Yeah, you're not supposed. You're not like you're just bringing awareness to it and like getting the conversation started.
That's a good. Yeah, I mean, getting a conversation, getting a discussion going. Yeah, causing cheap drama.
But it's
arguments.
Yeah, I mean, it is during the national anthem, so I don't.
There's an interesting thing.
I'm not sure what the.
I would like to look up and see how many United States citizens actually know the title of the national anthem. If they know it's called the Star Spangled Banner, I bet you it's less than like 20%.
Oh, no.
I mean, earlier this year they took that poll. They said that like 7% of the United States thinks that chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
Oh,
yeah, we're kind of special. Also. But this is the thing with the veteran thing is why I don't think when I do get a little political, because I don't think it's a disrespect. If someone is showing disrespect to the veterans, it is not these players taking a knee. This is where my perspective gets a little weird, and I get a little like up in my soapbox. But the creed or whatever, what's that thing called? I keep forgetting what it's called. But anyway, the protect the United States people against enemies, foreign and domestic.
Okay.
Like they're not protect like that. Like to me, the domestic part has the biggest deal because in the United States of America, and this has been going on before Obama, before Bush, the biggest enemy of the United States of America, of the people, is the United States government. It is not the U.S. people. It is not the veterans. If anybody, those veterans promised and have done this with their lives to protect us, not to protect the government. And the biggest enemy of the United States is the government. They're stealing from me every chance they get. They're a bunch of scumbag crooks. I have no place for any of it.
That doesn't have to do with this.
Yeah, it does.
I don't think it does.
But that takes the blame off of the it's not disrespectful to the veterans. If anybody is disrespecting the veterans, it's the United States government.
Okay.
She said not to make it political. I think
you're going in that direction.
That's my view. I have a lot of reasons for that view that would go completely in a different direction than what we're talking about now. But
okay. So like,
I think it's despicable.
There's a lot of ways you can protest, and it's like I don't think that burning a flag is illegal. I don't think it is. But if you're doing it in public and like in a public area, it is.
Yeah.
But it's like technically they have the right to do that.
I find that one interesting.
Even though it's kind of like
people make shirts out of flags. They cover cars in flags. They decorate things in flags, and then we get all mad about somebody tearing a flag in half. It's like, well, I don't know. I found that one kind of weird. To me, it's a piece of cloth that represents something. So I don't know.
No matter where you go, there's going to be people that have disagreements, and like that's kind of what makes our country kind of special. Is like you have to respect that. Not everybody's going to get along. Not everybody's from the same place. So, I mean, if this is what they're choosing to bring light to, then
that's what it's supposed to be based on, right? Is that we can all do whatever we want to certain extents. Like we have the certain rights or certain privileges, whatever you want to call them,
but they are being
peaceful. Health, wealth, and the pursuit of happiness.
On a knee.
Yeah, it's a peaceful protest, so it seems a little silly to really go up in arms about it. But people are really upset about this. They're like, I won't do it. I'll protest the NFL. If these NFL players, if they're going to allow the NFL players to do this, and I don't know. I have a hard time.
But it probably takes a
if you're going to protest somebody, protest the United States government. They're the ones stealing your money. They're the ones stealing your livelihood. They're the ones stealing away from what you can possibly do. They're the crooks. They're the bad guys. It's the public officials.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what you guys just saw. This is what, like, when we get into real talks like this at breakfast or at dinner, this is what she does very often. She's just like, oh my God, I gotta let this one go. This guy's crazy. But I find it interesting that the media took off with this thing as soon as Trump ends up talking about it. Even though
anything he talks about.
They
it doesn't matter what it's about.
They have to love this guy. They've made so much money off of him. Nothing wrong with making money. I mean, they're like, we hate this guy, we hate this guy. please put out another tweet so that we can do more crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Make fun of you more so that we get more attention. But I definitely, in this whole thing, I don't know what the answers are.
There aren't any right answers. There's no right and wrong.
I don't even, I've said right and wrong a few times here, but
to say fire them for this.
Oh yeah, that's what he said, wasn't
ridiculous. Because it's just like, he's not their boss. He's not, he's trying to.
He put out his opinion, which
I know,
he
but
is
he's just saying, like,
well within his rights to have.
Yeah, that's his opinion, but like,
just like,
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to accomplish by saying that. Like, is he actually trying to get them fired?
I don't know. I don't think he's trying to accomplish anything except for get more attention, if I had a guess.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Why do people, I mean, everybody loves attention, right? Some of us more than others, but everybody likes attention on some level. We're human beings. The worst thing you can do to a human being is put them in a hole all by themselves without sunlight, right? It's like that's like the worst thing. We put them in solitary. So everybody likes attention to some level. Like we crave it. It's in our DNA. So he must just really like it a lot.
I think he really likes it.
I think he probably really likes it a lot.
It's done pretty well for him. Look at him now.
Yeah, I want to know how he did it. That's all I would ask him. It's like, how do you do that? How do you do that?
He's trying to say exactly what everybody does.
How long does it take you to do your hair?
Probably not at all. Like,
he probably just has it's probably like a Lego feature, like that just snaps on. It's just like snaps onto his head.
Toupee.
Yeah, snap on toupee.
Who knows?
But what about the patriotic thing? Are you less patriotic because are they being less patriotic by taking a knee, or are they being more patriotic because they're standing for something?
That's the thing. It's like people have multiple meanings of being patriotic.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
What? Like what?
Like to a lot of people, it means they're being disrespectful and ungrateful and whatever. But then to them,
the ungrateful one I think is interesting. It's like I would imagine they're probably grateful to be able to play a game, get paid millions of dollars for it. The interesting thing about that, the one that I keep hearing that keeps popping up is these guys are overpaid and ungrateful, and it's like there's no such thing as being overpaid. Nobody in it.
As an NFL player?
Yeah, there's no such thing as being overpaid.
They're making a lot of people a lot of money.
Yeah, and they're making a lot of money in the process, and they're like whatever someone is willing to pay, like that's what you get paid. They went through a lot
to get there.
There's no such thing as being overpaid. The only people in the United States of America that are overpaid are public officials. Those people shouldn't get paid at all. Nobody in a public office should get paid $1.
Stop going back to that. Jeez.
They shouldn't.
All right.
But like they're overpaid. And ungrateful. Well, I mean, maybe we're all a little ungrateful if that's the case. Like we're all here. We're all like I personally really like where I live. At some point, maybe I won't. I'll stop before that one gets political too.
Okay.
Now, are you grateful for me stopping?
Yeah. But people are also choosing to take offense to it and not really see the point of view. Like they're trying to make a statement. Maybe
that's something to think about too. Like, why is everybody? We lost
getting angry.
No. Why is everybody taking offense to this? Like, why is it a offensive? Why do they allow themselves to go to that place? To be offended. Why would you ever be offended by anything? They're trying to
make sense of it. They're trying to see their point of view, and if they can't see it, then it goes to, oh, well, they're disrespectful.
So you think the people that are offended by this just haven't thought about it enough yet, or haven't heard?
I don't know. Nobody has thought about it. I haven't thought about it enough. Like I just hear.
You've already told. You've put out like maybe 3 to 5 perspectives on this thing already in a few minutes.
There's
how many people do you know that just have one hardcore perspective, and that's the only one, and theirs is right?
That's a shame, because you are just not willing to see beyond one view. You have not tried to expand it at all.
And
You're
now,
just trying to.
With that, I think that people feel a little bit not attacked, but they feel like defensive about that.
Well, that's their right. Like they can think that.
But I think they think they have to agree with you to see another point of view. Like I see tons of points of view that I don't agree with, and tons of points of view that I do agree with.
Take a little bit of each.
Yeah,
each person is like, when you scroll through Facebook and you see all these rants and rants and rants, like you see sentence after sentence, you're like, oh yeah, I agree with that. Oh, that was too far. I don't agree with that. You don't have to agree with this person completely 100%. Yeah, is what I'm saying.
I like I very much like what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like just getting clarity on what they're talking about too.
Asking the question, like, being clear, because
what do you mean by that? What do you mean by it's not patriotic? What do you mean by it's really patriotic? What do you mean by it's disrespectful? What do you mean by?
You can kind of form your own opinion on someone's comment by not even understanding it. It might be the wording, and it might be
do you think that leads to a lot of fights?
One little tidbit, like saying like racist in a comment, you immediately put a label on that person.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, well, I'm against them.
Yeah, and then you get a fight.
Yeah, it's like...
And then both sides strengthen their point of view and compete against each other. I think that's what you saw in the last election, was that you saw more anger on each side, and it strengthened both sides' perspective. So the more people hated Trump, the more power Trump got. The more people hated Hillary, the more power she got. And he just happened to get more in the end.
That's kind of the thing. You just gotta talk to people and kind of broaden your view. Yeah. Not really look at people like black and white, because there is no black and white.
See, this is one of our things. Rachael likes to live in the gray, and I like to live in the spectrums simultaneously. So I like to go black and white. At the same time, I'm thinking from both ends of the spectrum, and then I kind of can get the whole view. I have a hard time staying right in the middle and being like, oh, I see that side. Oh, I see that side. I'm like, no, I'm in both ends. Rachel kind of like hangs out in the middle, plays Switzerland, be like, okay, I can see that. Oh, I can see that. So it's a nice compliment to me and a challenge for me.
But I can also relate to somebody who has extreme views on either side. I can relate to that.
You mean like me thinking the government's full of crooks?
I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, sometimes when you talk, it sounds like conspiracy theory after the other. And I'm just like, come on.
It would be an error to think.
So far-fetched.
Yeah, but at the same time, I agree with you, but at the same time, it would be an error to think that no conspiracies exist, and it would be an error to think that they all exist.
I'm not saying 100% you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, where's your proof?
Well, I mean, you get 30% of your paycheck taken every month. I think that's proof enough for me.
Okay, but like that doesn't mean that there's a conspiracy theory.
They steal 60% of all the money that is exchanged in the United States of America, plus sales tax.
You don't have to live here.
I know, but
we all made the choice to stay here.
Yes, but I'm on the verge of not being able to live here anymore.
All right. Well.
Not just based on that, based on a lot of different other things.
What's going to be the breaking point?
That one's going to be tough. That one's going to be really tough. I don't know. But I mean, like, at some point here, I'll probably apply for dual citizenship. It's just too far. But I really do 100% think, like, the greatest enemy of the United States of America to the people of the United States of America is the U.S. government.
All right.
On that again. But yeah, from my perspective, the taking a knee thing, I don't understand. Like, I totally understand why people would get offended. I don't think it's a reasonable thing to do. I think it's if they're going to protest, that is a very American thing to do, to protest. And they're doing it in an extremely peaceful way. I mean, how more peaceful? You took a knee? That's pretty peaceful. So I'll look at it from both sides of the scenario. I can understand where people are coming from, that they're upset, but I don't think it's very reasonable to be upset about it. And I can totally understand why they would disagree with this, and I would totally understand why they would agree with this. And I think the players are sitting there, they have a platform, they don't know what is wrong, they don't know how to vocalize it, and they don't know really what to do at all, so they take a knee.
So at this time they do it, I never really understood that. Like, why is it during that time? Is it just because
the national anthem?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just a good opportunity. Everybody's.
Maybe they're just falling behind.
What else are they supposed to do? Like, I think like somebody came up with it.
Colin
Like,
Kapernick.
yeah, like I mean,
Like,
what's the difference?
Started it.
Like we did a
during
Pledge of
that time.
Allegiance every morning of school when I was a kid. I don't know if they still do Pledge of Allegiance, but I remember like being kind of proud when I memorized the whole thing, and being like, yeah, I can say the whole thing now. It's really long. Like, look at me. Whiz kid, smart guy.
Well, after a while, it was
but
just like.
I think back on that,
normal.
it's like, what brainwashing? Like, I pledge allegiance. Like, we didn't know what we were saying, but it's kind of an interesting thing. Like, why do you have that?
I don't know. I didn't really.
I don't have a problem
when
with
I was little.
I didn't either, but now it's kind of like I don't think it's bad or good. I just kind of think it's interesting.
Well, now it's
like why do you have a Pledge of Allegiance? And Star Spangled Banner, I think, is an interesting thing. What's the difference between a player taking a knee and a little rebellious kid being like, I'm not going to say the Pledge of Allegiance today, and sticking his hands in his pockets?
Well, I don't think they do Pledge of Allegiance, but they still do the national anthem at like sports events.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that hasn't changed. Like, because I mean,
they don't do Pledge of Allegiance anymore.
I'm like,
it's been a long time.
I don't think they do.
It's been a while since I've been in elementary school.
Well, I know that like since it had a religious part in it, that they had to take it out, but like they still do it during sports events, right?
Pledge of Allegiance or the national anthem?
National anthem.
Yeah, they still do the national anthem at sports.
Is there anything that has to do with religion in that?
I am not. You wouldn't want to hear me sing, even if I
No,
did know all the words to Star Spangled Banner, like right off the top of my head. You would not want to hear me sing it. So I'm going to save everybody, and no babies are going to cry because of my singing today.
Don't even hum.
When I sing, it sounds a lot like when I'm speaking. So we're just going to leave it at that. But final thoughts. We're up at 1 o'clock.
I think.
Final thoughts on the taking a knee.
I'm good. That was a lot.
That was a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it more or less political than you thought it was going to get?
A little more.
How many times did you want to shake me?
Only like 4 times.
Only 4 times? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. In 30-minute time frame, talking on a subject that we don't totally agree on.
It's not that we disagree. We just don't like see it eye to eye.
We don't see it the same way. No. But how could you ever see the same way as me?
I can kind of be grateful for that, because then we can kind of go
back and forth.
And forth.
Yeah.
You're more like over here going back and forth. I'm in the middle going back and forth.
I'm at both ends at the same time bouncing around, and you're in the middle.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can only go off of what you've
So next time we're going to talk about tobacco and abortions and...
No. This is as far as it goes.
And what's another hot topic, like political hot topic? I don't even know anymore. Those are just two. I just don't even know.
Totobacco and abortion.
Those are the only 2 I know. Yeah.
Well, they're not really in the news right now, so...
I don't watch the news. I'm totally going off of things that people have sent me. Are you being like, let me know those? This is kind of fun. Watch her squirm. All right, guys, we're going to sign off. Thanks for being here. Make sure, leave your comments put a comment in the comment section and tell us your perspective, or bounce ideas off of the perspectives that we gave. Like, is it political? Is it a political thing? Is it not a political thing? Is it a media thing? Not a political thing? Is it a player trying to make a statement, or is it just players being kind of ungrateful little assholes? Is it more patriotic to protest, or is it against, or is it anti-patriotic to protest? Does it even matter? Is it reasonable to get offended by such a thing? There's a lot of questions in this little 30-minute time frame, and I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say. Let us know what you think, and it's a short time frame until Rach is back on the show Tuesday, right?
Sure.
She's here on Tuesdays. All right, thanks guys for being here. Really appreciate it. We'll be back soon.